everyone, my name is AJ85 and today we are playing the Stanley Parable, thanks to a dear friend of mine who gifted me this game to begin with. A couple little confessions though. Number one, I have already seen other YouTubers play this game, but the plus side is it was a very, very, very long time ago. And the only thing I remember is that in the Stanley Parable, you can make choices. Also, I remember one particular ending had Minecraft involved. That's honestly all I remember. Confession number two. You will notice that it says just click the mouse to skip the intro. The reason why you see that is that when I was first playing, trying to do the recording, my camera kept turning off, and then when the game would actually be ready to play after the intro, Stanley was a little possessed because he just kept spinning. And nothing I did would fix it. I ultimately had to uninstall and reinstall the game, so I'm hoping this recording goes smoothly. We're gonna see. Hopefully the demon won't come back. Alright, let's play. End is never, the end is never, the end is never, loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Was it on a controller
Orders
like
came
this?
to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
You know,
Stanley was happy.
because he got paid a lot to just push buttons.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hi.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What a brave man. Have you tried rebooting? Turn off? Turn on? A little restart? Maybe that'll get this thing going? No. No, it will not. Oh, look at that. It's a cup with paperwork. So wait. Here's this paperwork. Doesn't that indicate that he did more than just push buttons? A mystery afoot. Hello.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So you went to meetings. That seems more than just pushing buttons. Sally? Phil?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are you gonna interrupt me a lot? Bob? Carlos? There's nobody there. Not a single soul to be found. Was there another way? No. That was a dead end. Oh
When
no.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I now? But what about the right door? The right door looks so appealing, so tempting. Well, I don't remember what happens when you follow all of his instructions, so let's find out what happens. We'll play your game, Mr. Narrator. We gotta give the narrator a name.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We're gonna meet the big man? Well, I don't know about that. You know how boss is sometimes. He just wants us to sit in a little office and push buttons. Let's see. Weekly target. Marketing Monday. See, look at that. Look at that. Final financial panic meeting. Boss's inspection. Oh, there was a conspiracy. Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Who is the whiteboard manager? Was that Carlos? R.I.P. What's this? R.I.P. Franz. Was Franz the whiteboard manager? Did he get killed? Did everybody die? See, this looks like more than just pushing buttons to me. This looks complicated. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Okay, that's boring. That's boring. Oh, okay, that door shutting behind me makes me nervous. Okay, so we're gonna go up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's downstairs? Is it the gate of hell? Oh, so ominous. Ooh, I want to go downstairs, but like I said, what happens if we go see our boss? Oh, look at what the boss has. Ooh, what's in here? Executive bathroom. I want to go to the executive bathroom. Aww. I don't get to see the shiny bathroom. That's lame. Ooh, where does this go? Nothing. Well, that's just no fun. The boss has a fireplace.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Ugh.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But we do now. You know what? Look at all these books. Such lovely books. That looks like a book from Elder Scrolls. I've never played that game.
Stanley
but it
just
looks
sat
like
around twiddling his thumbs.
Well,
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
But we do know. And I'm taking my time looking at the books. Because you're rude and you interrupted me.
2845.
Okay, I think he's getting a little miffed. But
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
how much more mad is he gonna get if we just play with it? 2, you know what? I don't like doing things. 4, 5. See? Mr. Narrator. We would have missed that lovely little tune if we had complied with you. He's a little grumpy, too. He didn't have his morning coffee. Well, I can go that way. Oh. I guess I have to go this way. Go into the scary red light. Oop. Whoa. Oh no. Instead of taking the stairs down to hell, we're going down the elevator to hell. Is Stanley gonna try and get that demon back?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
The demon's coming back,
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So you're saying he's growing a spine. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's the demon. I think the demon's coming back and we're just going to be stuck like this. Whee! For the rest of the game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Escape! Whoa. Nah. I kind of wanna, but what happens if we listen to Mr. Narrator? He's a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I mean, we did go down the elevator and not the stairs, so I would say we're pretty good. I think so. Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, that's a bit of a drag. Which one's mine? Which one was 427? Can you guys see which one was 427? Look! That. Oh, here we go. Okay, 427. I'm right there. Okay, show me again. I hear it. There's mine! My office! Whoa. Let's push more buttons. Is this the button to the bathroom?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Utterly blind to the world! So dramatic, I love it. Keep talking.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Well, I mean, I could. But, I mean, everything's offline, and there's nobody here. So, do I really need to? What happens if I go down here? Nothing. So you want me to, dismantle the controls, huh? This one's still on. Oh, wait. Nope. Console disabled. So... Beep, 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 beep. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Is there a certain button I'm supposed to push? Is there a big giant red button that's just like destroy everything? Ooh, is this the big giant button that just says destroy everything? Sure. That's not the big giant button. Wait. I wasn't anticipating this. There's a 3. Do I really think it's that easy? Just these buttons laying about. Okay. 1, 2. We can do this. We're smart enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Guessing 4's up there, so we'll just head on up. I really hope this is how you're supposed to do it. Because we must free Stanley. And his other coworkers seem to be free. Why am I the only one here? So many questions for poor dear Stanley. And his inner demon. Let's see here. That is a lot of walk. Glad I didn't take the stairs. I'd be exhausted. Okay, 5. Is there a 6? I don't see any other buttons. What's in here? No. Oh, maybe the 6 is in this room. Maybe. I would have thought something would have happened. Here we go.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
But, Mr. Narrator, we were happy, and we were content, just pushing buttons. Maybe we would be better if we just, stayed. Oh, I want to push the button. I mean, all of my coworkers have found their freedom. I'm the only one being controlled. Surely it's fine. You guys want me to push this button, huh? Should I push this button? No. Yes. Yes. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If it holler, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like how I did that? I broke it. Am I free? Is Stanley free? My computer is freezing.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Oh!
Was it over?
I thought that line was...
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Did he now? Did he? Sure is pretty outside. If I go back this way. Oh. What if I go into the dark? Oh. There's a bar in my way. Okay. We have made our decisions. We have made our bed.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
And best lay in
the
it.
feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's what really matters, isn't it? But what would have happened and we beat the game? Easiest beating we'll ever have to endure. Oh. Is there more? Did you just drop me off? Wait, was it a dream? Was my freedom nothing?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It
Stanley
started us
decided to
from
go
the
to the meeting
beginning.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So now we have a second chance. We can find where our coworkers had gone. We can rebel. We can do whatever we want to do. We played your way, Mr. Narrator. Now it's our turn.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, did I?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Did he?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, it is a lovely lounge, you know, top notch. Oh, look at that. Look at these sofas and chairs.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It is worth.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, just drink it all in. Here, let's just lounge for a little bit.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Oh, yeah.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you have to stop, smell the coffee, and I kind of feel...
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Well, then we know the answers, and we can just enjoy ourselves. And you forgot, there's some notes here, there's some cup. You forgot to mention this
Stanley sat around waiting
table.
for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Does he know he's in a game? Oh, Mr. Narrator, I think you're kind of spoiling this experience for us. So beautiful. Just look at it. I love the blue. Yes. But I like this blue. I like this blue more than I like this blue. And more than I like this blue. Oh, but I love this blue. Why can't the room be more like this blue? Maybe because the painting would be too camouflaged then. Alright, Mr. Narrator, you have your way.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Did I?
And took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No, I want to go back. I didn't get a soda. I need a soda. In order to find my coworkers, I need a proper soda. I don't want to go that way. Look at this room.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Have you seen me play a video game? You're gonna notice my sense of directions aren't that grand to begin with. Well, I guess we are technically turning left. Happy? Ooh, I can duck. Ooh, do we dare?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
That's not my
I'm
name.
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
There's a
This
her?
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, if she really loved me, she would have understood that my work comes first. There. I don't need her. I had work. I had buttons to push. I really hate how that door closes behind me. It scares me. So there's a her now. Ah!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No, you don't understand, Mr. Narrator. The scars are they're too deep. They're just too gosh darn deep. I don't want to answer it.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, no.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Hi, Stephen.
He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Pardon? Practice. Oh my. It's 4...
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
That's a dope decision to make.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
More choices? Please.
Welcome back.
Whoa.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I don't wanna. You can't make me. You can't tell me what to do. See, look. See right there. It says stop. In the name of love. Well, the in love part is somewhere. That I think that was supposed to be in the shape of a heart, so I'm onto something. I don't want to go. You can't make me. There's danger. Danger everywhere. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. You can't make me. I do what I want. Why are all these in here? Here, look, I'll answer the phone now. Or not. Can I go back? I cannot. Alright, Mr. Narrator, you won this game. This round. Oh gosh. It scares me every time! What is it about a door going click click? Why is that so scary? Oh.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
You're not equipped to deal with reality. How come I couldn't jump off? Oh. Technically, I could have, but he put the fence up so that I couldn't. Okay, I got it. I could have jumped off really. Why didn't I think of that? Slow brain. Oh, that's just creepy how you opened the door for me. I don't like that. Crud. Where do you want me to go? Well, that was cool unplugging the phone.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
But, Mr. Narrator, the real world has so many issues.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope. Nya.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Whoa.
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, come on. There has to be more to this room. Can I go in here? Come on, man. Really? I thought there was gonna be more to it than that. Fine. I have to admit, I like that there's just endless possibilities in this game. Whoa.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
No.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
No.
I have to.
No, you don't.
I have to.
No, you don't. This game's about choices, remember? He's so cute when he's mad.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Okay, Dad.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Play us out.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Just behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
What
Just
happened?
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. Dude, weren't you paying attention at all? It's very... I remember clear as a bell. I went through the right.
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh,
that
come
means choosing
now.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
No,
All right.
I want to...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to go see that Armageddon room again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Well, now it just won't let
Behave
me.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Whatever,
All right.
Dad.
When Stanley came to a set of two
You
open
open
doors,
doors,
he
he
entered the
entered the
door on
door
his
and
left.
Big jerk. No, you could at least tell us what your name is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Screw you, I'm gonna...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, you jerk. How could you? You think this is love? This is controlling. This is not love. The boss's office is new.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
What?
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
No. And why are you holding a panda for... No, I don't talk to terrorists, okay, pal? I don't talk to panda terrorists. I'm not doing it.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
No. I don't do things for people that put guns to poor helpless pandas' heads.
I'm sorry,
do you
is
know
there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Oh, I heard you perfectly
Please
fine.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Free the panda. They're going extinct. Free them. Did you free
Okay,
it?
fine. You're not going to do it?
No.
But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Does he?
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go to the right! Go to the right.
Stanley? Hello? Is everything okay?
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Well, don't act like you're so worried about me.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you could ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Oh my gosh.
So, you hear me?
Nope.
Are you there?
Nope.
Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Nope. I'm having an out-of-body experience.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Where was this loving, sympathetic, compassionate voice a minute ago? That was cool. That was so cool. Alright, well that's all the time I have for today. This was fun. I want to come back to this because I want to know what happens if you choose escape. I want to know what happens when you go down the stairs to hell. There's more things I want to do, and I want to take you with me. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and also hit subscribe so that way you'll know when I upload more videos. Thank you again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you later.